E.N.D. here. The last card spoiled for Throne of Eldraine for this week was Sundering Stroke. This particular card was spoiled yesterday, late night, and it's a 6 and 1 red. It's a sorcery, it is a rare card. Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2 or 3 targets. If at least 7 red mana was spent to cast the spell, remember that Throne of Eldraine focused a lot on monocolor casting cost with the adamant mechanic. In this case it does not have adamant, but it tells you that if at least 7 red mana was spent to cast the spell, instead Sundering Stroke deals 7 damage to each of those permanents and or players. We have also the extended art of this card, and I cannot stress how beautiful these cards are and how much expensive will be these cards, considering that there will be quite low print run of these cards. The card, obviously you can, if you spend 7 mana, you will target 1, 2 or 3 targets, and if you spend, and those targets could be creatures, could be also opponents or players, and if you spend 7 red mana for casting this card, you will deal 7 damage to those 3 targets. In my opinion, it is a good removal spell or final damage to a player, but 7, and I want to repeat and I want to stress, 7 casting cost for red, it's too much. RDW, red deck wins, usually wins within turn 4 or turn 5 with sometimes even 2 mountains in play, and the deck can win with only 2 lands. You can imagine that casting a 7 drop spell, it is extremely difficult to see a lot of play both in standard or also in modern. But when I was reading again this card and reading again the 7 casting cost, and if at least 7, and this is most important, if at least 7 red mana was spent to cast this spell, something popped in my mind, and I remember about this card. IRENCRAG FEAT for 1 and 3 red. This card was also spoiled in Throne of Eldraine. This is also a rare card. It is a sorcery, so for 7 mana, 3 red and 1 any color, you will add 7 red mana to your mana pool. But you can cast only 1 spell this turn. So it is making a lot of sense that this card, with this card, you can imagine how easily it will be to cast this card, Sundering Stroke, with IRENCRAG FEAT. On turn 4, if you have the mana, if you have the lands, for lands it is easy even for an RDW, a red deck wins, that on turn 4 or turn 5 you will have at least those 4 mountains. You can play IRENCRAG FEAT, add the 7 mana you need, and then cast Sundering Stroke. Casting Sundering Stroke, you can deal 7 damage to 3 creatures. You can deal 7 damage each creature to 2 creatures and the player. You can deal 7 damage even in commander to each opponent if you are playing a multi game. So at the end, this particular card, which in my opinion was not making any sense, combined with IRENCRAG FEAT in standard, I think this card can see play. I believe that RDW will be born again. With the rotation, RDW, red deck wins, will lose a lot of important cards, but new cards can be added to RDW so that RDW will have a new standard season of winning games. But there is more. If in standard you can cast the spell on turn 4, what about modern? Can modern or this card see modern? There is a particular insane combo in modern with IRENCRAG FEAT, where on turn 1, and I want to repeat, on turn 1, you will cast a very powerful spell. Let's see how this is done. You play my mountain, it's turn 1. You will exile Simian Spirit Guide from your hand. When you exile Simian Spirit Guide, you will add 1 red mana to your mana pool. So now you have 2 potential red mana in your mana pool. You can tap the mountain and add another mana, and you have 1 already in your mana pool. You will tap the mountain, you will tap the mountain, and you will cast the Spirit Ritual. The Spirit Ritual will give you, for 2, will give you 3 red mana in your mana pool. This is a card from Champions of Kamigawa, and you know how much I love Champions of Kamigawa. So now you have 3 red mana in your mana pool. With the 3 red mana, you will cast again the Spirit Ritual, taking 2 mana, casting the Spirit Ritual again, and you will add another 3 red mana. So now you have 4 mana. You have 4 red mana, and with those 4 red mana, what you can cast, obviously, and remember we are in turn 1, with those 4 mana, you can cast IRENCRAG FEAT. You cast IRENCRAG FEAT with those 4 mana, you have 7 red mana, and remember this is turn 1. And with those 7 mana, what you can cast? You can cast Karn Liberated. Karn Liberated, this particular Planeswalker is a devastating Planeswalker, is a very powerful Planeswalker, and you can cast this card literally on turn 1. It's a very powerful card, and I believe that new decks playing IRENCRAG FEAT will be born in Modern. Turn 3 Karn in Throne is considered as a winning condition. You can imagine a turn 1 Karn Liberated, what can make Modern play. Very strong combination. This is why this is an insane combination, an insane combo to cast Karn Liberated on turn 1. You need only 1 land, you need only 1 Simian Spirit Guide, 2 the Spirit Ritual, IRENCRAG FEAT, and Karn Liberated will be casted on turn 1. It is an insane card, and I think IRENCRAG FEAT will see standard play, will see modern play, and even Sundering Stroke will see standard play, because Sundering Stroke with IRENCRAG FEAT, it is a very powerful combination. You can leave me a comment below if you like this combo, and for any news regarding Throne of Eldraine and Magic the Gathering, here the subscription button, subscribe for my channel for more news, as I said, about Throne of Eldraine, Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.